The night had wrapped itself around Ludhiana like a secret no one wanted to speak aloud. Mulhar Road, usually buzzing with late buses, students, and vendors, felt strangely deserted, as if the city already knew something terrible was about to unfold. Manvi stood at the bus stop, her shawl wrapped tightly around her shoulders, but the cold she felt wasn't from the wind. It was from the silence on the other end of her messages. She had texted Anokh again and again, the same man who once replied within seconds, the same man who had once promised her that their love could survive anything. Now he had vanished for days. No explanations. No closure. Only a phone call tonight asking her to come alone. His voice had sounded off, rough, shaken, almost like someone whispering from the edge of a cliff. But still, it was his voice, and that was enough to bring her here. A car's headlights cut through the darkness. A white sedan approached slowly, too slowly, as if afraid of being noticed. When it finally stopped in front of her, she instinctively stepped back. The tinted window slid down, revealing half his face. Just enough to recognize him, but not enough to understand what had happened to him. Manvi, Baith Jo. The voice was his, but the warmth was missing. She hesitated only a moment before opening the door and getting inside, her heart pounding like a trapped bird. The interior smelled faintly of diesel and something else, like metal left too long in rain. Her eyes searched his face, and she saw everything she didn't want to see, a hollow look, pale lips, hands gripping the steering wheel as if he feared losing control of something inside him. "Tum Theek Ho?" she asked softly, hoping he would finally open up. But he didn't reply. Instead, he pressed his foot on the accelerator and the car shot forward, speeding past the empty shops, past the dim streetlights, past the landmarks she knew. He was driving toward the industrial area, a place she had never seen him go before. The silence grew heavier, suffocating. She watched the side of his face, jaw tight, eyes fixed ahead, breath uneven. Something was wrong. Something deeper than distance, something darker than heartbreak. Finally, unable to bear the silence, she whispered, "Anokh, tum mui yahan kyan bulaya? Kia tum muj bat nahi karna chat?" Still nothing. The speed increased as the city lights faded behind them. The road narrowed. The air felt colder. Fear crawled up her spine. She tried again, voice trembling, "Kia tum mujhse pyar nahi kardi? Bateo na." This time he stopped the car. The tires screeched softly against the gravel road. The windshield reflected nothing but black emptiness. For a long moment neither of them moved. Then he finally turned to look at her. His eyes were no longer the eyes she loved. There was a kind of madness there, desperation mixed with guilt, love tangled with something deadly. His voice came out low, steady, and terrifying. "Manvi. Tumher liya ik hai rasta bacha hai. Or woe, wapis nahi atta." Her breath caught. The world seemed to freeze around her. She felt him watching her like someone who had already made up his mind, someone who believed there was only one way to end a story that had become too heavy to carry. Far away, a train horn echoed through the night, long and haunting, like a warning from fate itself. And in that moment Manvi realized what he meant by a one-way journey. Morning broke over Ludhiana with the kind of dull gray sky that hinted trouble had already happened somewhere. At the Shivpuri Link Road, a white sedan stood abandoned near the bushes, its driver's side door hanging open as if someone had rushed out, or been pulled out. A passerby had reported it, thinking it was a drunk driver. But the moment the police reached, they knew, this was no accident left behind by chance. Inside the car, the passenger seat carried a faint smear of dried blood. Not a lot. Just enough to say someone was hurt. On the dashboard hung a girl's dupatta, pale peach in color, the kind someone might wear over a nursing uniform. The air inside the car smelled of fear, metal, and a struggle that ended too quickly. The local police stepped back as the CID team arrived. ACP Ajay got out of the vehicle first, scanning the surroundings with those sharp, calculating eyes. Car ka angle deck car lagta hai gshne isi jaldi main yahan lagaya. Par sal ya hai, kis esi bog rahada. Inspector Raghav leaned into the car, examining the cracked phone found near the gearshift. It vibrated weakly from missed notifications. Sir, he said, ya phone Manvi ka hai. Nursing student. Last call ek hai naam ka. Anokh. ACP Ajay took the phone, scrolling through the last messages. Long unsent texts. Missed calls. And a chilling voice note recorded at 11:49 p.m. Agar pyar surf ek taraf ka ho, to saza dano ko milti hai. The team exchanged dark looks. This wasn't a breakup. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was obsession spiraling into something violent. Forensics arrived quickly, gathering samples. The blood found on the seat matched Manvi's records. But there was no sign of forced entry on the car. No fingerprints except two, hers and Anokh's. No CCTV footage after the industrial area. Everything cut off like someone had planned their disappearance. The CID team walked along the roadside, analyzing tire marks and footprints. Raghav crouched near the bushes. Ya dekho sir, drag marks. Jays koi yahan se gasita gaya ho. The marks ended abruptly near the broken fencing. Beyond it lay the dense industrial belt, warehouses, shut factories, scrap yards, places where screams could vanish without echo. ACP Ajay's jaw clenched. Ya koi simple love affair nahi. Ya twisted obsession lagta hai. Jaim dano pyar main nahi, ek admi kud se bog raha hai. They traced the car's route using toll cameras and found the last confirmed image. A white sedan entering the old industrial road at 11:30 p.m. After that, nothing. The road had no active CCTV. Like the couple had entered a void. CID now had two facts. Manvi was missing. And Anokh was not running, he was hiding. A man in love runs toward someone. A man in obsession runs with someone. The race against time had officially by late afternoon. The CID team had traced the last digital breadcrumb to the outskirts of Sonawal, an old cold storage facility abandoned years ago after a fire incident. Locals said no one went there anymore. Even stray dogs avoided it. The entire structure stood like a rusted skeleton, silent and watching, as if it had been waiting for someone to return and finish a story left incomplete. The metal gate groaned painfully when ACP Ajay pushed it open. Inside, dust rose in the air like disturbed memories. The faint smell of old chemicals and moisture hung around. Inspector Raghav's flashlight cut through the gloom, landing on footprints, fresh ones. Different sizes. One set belonging to a man, the other much lighter. Sir, ye dano ko footprints yahan take hain, Raghav said, crouching. For ye direction change hodi hai, jays jishi ko zabardasti andar lujaya gaya ho. They followed the trail deeper inside. The building echoed with every step, making the silence heavier, thicker. A knocked-over chair lay near a broken window. A scarf was stuck on a nail. Everything screamed panic and resistance. Suddenly, something caught Raghav's light on the far wall. Pictures. Not one. Not 10. Dozens. Manvi's face, smiling, walking to college, buying tea, entering her hostel. All secretly taken. Some old, some recent. Some normal. Some torn in half. Some with words scribbled across them in red marker. If she leaves, I end. She belongs only to me. Love is not a choice. It's a promise. ACP AJ's expression hardened. Yeah, love nahi. Yeah, obsession hai. Dangerous obsession. A diary lay open on a table, pages filled with shaky handwriting. Lines repeated over and over. If I can't keep her safe from the world, I'll keep her where no one can reach. Anokh wasn't heartbroken. He was broken. At the far end of the room, a noise echoed, soft, irregular. Like something tapping metal. The team froze. They traced the sound to a locked iron door partially hidden behind rusted crates. When they forced it open, a cold gust hit their faces. A staircase led underground. Raghav moved first, gun drawn, torch steady. The deeper they went, the colder the air got. The smell changed, damp concrete mixed with something faintly metallic. At the bottom was a long corridor, each step echoing with tension. They reached another door, this one newer than the rest. Someone had added it recently, sealing off the basement. ACP signaled to break it. The moment it cracked open, the flashlight beams revealed a chilling sight. A single chair in the center. Rope on the floor. Scratches on the wall. Small, desperate scratches. And a bracelet, Manvi's. Raghav whispered, "Sir, ye ladki yahan thi." But before they could examine further, they found something even more disturbing. A second room. Inside it, a mattress. Torn fabric. Empty water bottles. And a note stuck to the wall. I'm not running. I'm preparing. She will understand. Even if the world doesn't. CID realized the truth then. This wasn't just a kidnapping. This was a man preparing for the final stage of his toxic love, a place where he believed no one could take Manvi away from him again. And he wasn't finished yet.